And welcome back, everyone. This is Recon Stewart, and we are continuing the first mission of Operation Save Badger. So our engines are up and running. Let's go ahead and go through our checklist here. Countermeasure system to standby. Dispenser, RWR, jammer, and missile detect system all on. I'm going to cage my TISL system. I'm going to leave my ILS and my TACAN off since they're for Nalchik. Windshield de-ice and defog on. Do a signal lamp test. And a flaps test. Check my speed brakes. And my control surfaces. Okay. Set up our SAS system and put it into takeoff trim. Alright, how are we doing? We're almost aligned here. Alright, we are now in alignment. I'm going to hit the nav button, LSK right 3, and the IGI system on my navigation panel. And now I'm going to flip on KICU, JTARS, and IFSIC. I'm also going to turn on my left MFCD and my right MFCD. And I'll uncage my standby attitude indicator, and I'll start my pre-flight bit test. I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge this message, and I'm going to load my data card. You can see these asterisks next to all the load TAD, load Dismiss, load TGP, load page.
Pull up.
I'm just going to hit load all, and those will all disappear.
Altitude.
When they return, it means that everything is loaded properly. I'm going to exit my pre-flight bit test and flip KICU to the on position. Alright, looks like our data card is uploaded. I'm going to flip to the CDU. And let's go to TAD. You can see my 2 and 3 flight. And we'll just go ahead and zoom out to 5 miles. And let's set up our weapons profiles. So we've got 2 GBU-38s, 2 GBU-12s, and 2 rocket pods, as well as the cannon here. So let's go ahead and go to profile, scroll down to the rockets. I'm going to leave it in single for now. And scroll down to GBU-12. I'm going to change it to CCRP. And change settings. I'm going to do auto lays and a lays time of 10 seconds. Okay. And then I'm going to scroll down to my GBU-38s. Those are also in CCRP, and they look good to me. Alright, weapons profiles are set up. Let's go ahead and turn off our APU gen and our APU. Go ahead and throw my flight plan on and place it in page position. And hit LSK right 1 twice to get into ground speed. And go ahead and turn on our EAC and our radar altimeter. Turn on anti-skid. Turn on taxi lights. And nose wheel steering. Alright. We are ready to taxi. Tower. Tower. Request taxi.
Request taxi to runway. Enfield 1-1. Gudata, clear to taxi to runway 33.
Alright, runway to our right. We'll be taking off in a northwestern direction.
2, rolling. 3, rolling.
Not much for air assets at Gudata except for the 3 of us. Alright, holding short. Let's configure our aircraft for takeoff. Flaps to 7 degrees. Speed brakes closed. Takeoff trim set. TAC and system is off. Canopy locked. Windshield switches set. Pitot heat on. Ejection seat armed. Position lights to steady and anti-collision. Alright, we are good to go. Tower. Request takeoff.
Gudata, Enfield 1-1. Request takeoff. Enfield 1-1. Gudata, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.85.
Take the right side of the runway. Let's see if my wingman will join me here in a formation takeoff. One, I'm in position, brakes set. And it looks like they're going to stand by for me. Alright. The board is clear. APU and APU gen are off. Pitot heat is on. Let's run up throttles to 90, 85, 90%. Engine instruments are holding in the green. Release brakes. I'm going to taxi to the center of the runway since my wingmen aren't joining me. And full throttle. Speed rotation will probably be around 140. I'm going to turn off nose wheel steering. And rotating now. We are airborne. Gear up. Flaps up.
Rolling.
Trim out my aircraft here. We need to climb to approximately 2,000 feet before we turn on to our waypoint. Alright, we're clearing 2,000 feet. I'm going to make a 30-degree banking turn to waypoint 1, our fence-in position.
2, wheels up.
And I'm going to drop our climb rate to about 7 degrees.
3, rolling.
There we are. And I'm going to drop our climb rate to about 5 degrees.
2, rejoin.
Trim out my aircraft. And setting path autopilot so I can tend to a couple other things. I'm going to switch my page knob to steer, and we need to be at 20,000 feet elevation for our first steer point, so we'll continue climbing. See if I can get eyes on my wingmen. Do not see them yet. Alright, let's see where we're at in our flight plan here. We are about 60 miles. Yep, 61 miles out. And thankfully, we're going to be clearing this mountain. Still no eyes on my wingmen. Oh, there they are. Uniform. Flight. Fox 2. Formation. Fox 5. Go echelon right. Fox 4.
Flight. Go. Echelon right.
2, copy. 3, roger.
Alright, I'm gonna throttle back to 700 ITT, well, 750 ITT. See if we can conserve some fuel here. And what else can we make sure that we are taken care of? I guess I'll talk a little bit about my keyboard. I have recently programmed my computer keyboard so that all of my letters and all of my numbers are pressed by just hitting A or D or O on my keyboard, and my numpad, I just have to hit any of the numpad numbers and it enters anything I'd like. I can hit delete to clear it out. I can hit backspace to go back one. I basically set up my keyboard to be a complete accurate representation of the CDU keyboard so that I can more easily enter coordinates and information. I'm going to correct my course heading here briefly. Now there are some people that don't have the HOTAS setup that I do, that they can't afford to give up some of those key commands on the keyboard. If that's the case, the default is to hold control, left control.
Long flight, this is Badger. We are en route via Humvee to our last known location, SAM site. But we need you
Alright, sorry about that. And anyway, the way to get around that is the default settings for the CDU keyboard are if you hold left control, hold left window, and then type any letters or any numpad numbers, you can enter just directly into the system as well. However, I like to have both hands free, so I reconfigured it this way. Alright, I think that is as good a place as any to take a break. This is Recon Stewart, and this is Operation Save Badger, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.